We'll be talking now to Rose Mejia, who is a realtor representing Keller Williams in Beverly Hills, and she has very important information to give to all of you. Well, first and foremost, Rose, many people are asking, is it better to buy or to rent?
It all depends, okay? For you to be able to buy, you have certain amount of reserves, money for down payment, and good credit. However, it will pay off at the end because it's also a good tax shelter, okay? So if you can afford it, I encourage people to buy instead of just renting, because in renting, you're actually throwing away your money. You're making the landlord richer, okay? As opposed to if you own a property, when you earn the equity, it's all yours. Plus you have tax shelter. When you pay taxes to the government, they'll probably be the one refunding money to you instead of you paying the taxes, okay? Because there's a tax break or tax exemption in every house, in every property. Okay?
It's interesting because there are many people now who think, especially the young generation, the millennials, say, you have to be mobile, you just get an apartment, you can go wherever you want to, there are no closing costs to pay, no taxes to pay, and you can go wherever, and there are no problems. The apartment manager will repair all the things in your house, in your apartment, and so I don't know what's the philosophy behind that.
I do not really agree to people just renting. If you can afford to buy, because it's a pride of ownership as well. As I said, it's a tax shelter. You can do whatever you want with your home, as opposed to an apartment. You are being ruled by your landlord, okay? And you have no tax shelter at all. So it boils down to, do you want to invest? And afterwards, if you feel like selling your property later on, you'll make tons of money, easily 50,000, 100,000. I don't know about you, that's a lot of money for me to earn or save before I can have that.
If you buy a new home, how long should you stay in that home before you sell it so you can get an equity?
It all depends on the location. As I said, in real estate, it's location, okay? So usually, statistically, people move in every 5 years, 5 to 7 years, okay? So you can sell that in 5 years. Some areas, you only have to wait about 3 years. You have a lot of equity already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it all depends on the location.
And also another question is it better to pay cash or to apply for a mortgage loan?
For me, as a realtor and investor, I'd rather pay just the down payment. I will not pay cash, for the reason that I will be able to multiply my wealth doing that. I can, instead of buying just one property, I can buy 2 or 3 more. Okay, why not? Instead of paying all cash. Plus, if you pay all cash, you don't have tax shelter anymore. Okay, as opposed to you have extra money, buy another property, and then when you sell the property, you make more money. Instead of just one property just sitting there, all your money is sitting in one property. You're putting all your eggs in one basket.
And why are people buying a lot of, in cash now?
You know what? Because there's a lot of competition, and I must tell you, there's a lot of people who have a lot of money nowadays. A lot of people. People from the Middle East, people from Asia, they're buying all cash. Especially in the very desirable area, they're fighting for it. They are having bidding war, wherein they bid or they want to purchase a property above the asking price. It has happened many times. I just sold properties in Beverly Hills. That's what happened. They're fighting for it. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Now, in terms of buying a property, I understand from you, I remember in our previous interviews, you said it's better to buy a home and then, or maybe a townhome, and last will be a condo. Why?
Okay, appreciation-wise, a house appreciates faster and better. Okay, the value of your property will be faster, therefore the proceeds or your equity will be a lot more than buying a townhouse or a condo. A townhouse is better than a condo, but condo is just like you're owning a property. It's just like an apartment. The only difference is you own it, okay? And the appreciation in the condo and townhouse are much slower, less than the house. Mm-hmm. And then in the condo and the townhouse, you have to pay homeowners association, wherein you're stuck with it. And my client's experience is that they pay the homeowners association every single month on top of their mortgage payment to the bank, which is a lot of money. And a lot of times this homeowners association, the board of directors, they forget the responsibility. They don't maintain the property, and you're stuck. You're paying every single month, but they're not doing their job. As opposed to owning your own home, you can do whatever improvement you want to do, and you can have that as tax deductible.
When you mention location, what are those factors in a location that you should look for?
Factors like close to public transportation, access to freeways, okay, close to businesses, churches, schools especially. Those are good factors, okay, and you can tell whether the area is a good area or not, okay, just like Los Angeles, okay. There's several areas in Los Angeles where you don't even want to go there, okay, so I believe people know which areas are those.
And when you rent out your property, which would you choose, to rent out the whole house to one family or rent out the rooms, each room in your house?
Okay, if you have a choice to rent it out to one family, just to one family, because it's easier to handle one person responsible for the rent as opposed to renting it room by room, wherein you have to deal with so many people, okay, you have so many turnovers, and that will be difficult.
What do you think about the increase of the interest rate? It's very little compared to the double-digit interest rates before, but what will be the trend of real estate now? Do you think it will still go up, the interest rate, or this will stabilize and it's a time to buy?
I think it will still stabilize because it's just like you said, even though it increased a little bit, it doesn't really affect the payment. It's very, very, very minimum. And as opposed to before, wherein it was 2 digits, there was a time that I bought properties 18%. I still went for it. You know why? Because of the potential. I still made money. How much more now? Like less than 4%. How can you go wrong with that? So it's very good.
Tell us about property management. Some people, they don't want the problems or the headaches of managing their own homes and get a property manager. What do you think?
It really depends on what you guys want, okay? I'm a property manager myself, okay? And you have to be able to pick the best and the right property management company for you, because a lot of times, the owner ends up having nothing at the end of the month, okay? You have to be very careful, and the property management company must be trustworthy, must be honest with you, because they send you reports sometimes monthly or quarterly, and you'll just be dismayed when you say, oh my God, I don't even make any money, or I break even, or even lose money. That's why a lot of property owners, even though they don't want to be bothered with it, but they lose a lot of money, okay, doing that way.
Also, a very important question. People, the investors especially, they look out for properties to buy cheap and sell it at a more expensive cost. Now, what do you think about the market here in California? The market, if you know about in the East Coast and in Las Vegas, for example, they say that now property has gone down. It's the time to buy.
Yeah, it is time to buy. But here in California, the prices are going up. It's very hot market now in California. Very hot. It's very nice. In some areas, it's still picking up. Some areas still stabilizing. The value is not still going up. Just like the hard-hit areas before was Florida, Las Vegas, San Diego. It's recovering. Those areas are recovering, but it's not as fast as LA.
Final questions about foreclosure or short sale.
Yes.
What's the difference and which is better?
Okay, foreclosure. If you can short sale your property, please do so instead of having it foreclosed. Okay, short sale, the lender is the one making the decision for you, even though you're just there formality wise, making the decision for you whether to sell this for how much or how, because in foreclosure, they foreclose the property from you, it's on your record, okay, as opposed to short sale, okay, it's much better if you short sell the property. And many times your debt is forgiven. As opposed to foreclosure, it's gonna be on your records. But if you have a good real estate agent, that person can negotiate with your lender so that your debt, whatever is the difference from what the property was sold as opposed to your loan, against your loan, it can be forgiven. Depends on the negotiation.
Now, what are the documentation? What is the documentation required for those who would like to sell their properties?
Documentation
for someone selling.
Someone selling, we need some, the listing agreement between the broker and the seller, okay, so that we can strongly market your property and get the best dollar or the top dollar for you. And the property, I encourage the owner to make the property ready to sell so that we can get the top dollar for you. Always cooperate with your broker to sell the property. Always make it presentable, accommodating, so that we can sell the property at a much faster pace.
What about documentation or paperwork to prepare for buying a property?
Buying, okay, that's a very good question. Buying, the first thing that the lender will check for you is your credit. It is all credit score driven. Okay, you must have a good credit. You need your full name, of course, date of birth, social security number, and full address, including the zip code. That's the first thing they will check. Then they will ask for a 2-year tax return, federal only. They will ask for 1 month latest pay stub. Okay, like 2 to 3 months bank statements. And wherever your money is, you keep your money, because the more you present the more money or more assets to the lender, the better for you, the better loan program for you, the better chance of you getting a better interest rate.
And of course, people are always hunting for the best realtor in town. You are the best.
Oh,
but
thank you.
What are the ingredients? What are the things to look for?
Okay, the things to look for, number one, in my opinion, is honesty. Your agent must be honest with you. You must be able to trust your agent. She must be an expert to advise you in every angle of your transaction. Okay, she should be able to let you feel comfortable with the sale of the property or buying the property for you. She must be able to negotiate for you so that you get the best deal in town. Okay, and just like me, I go out of my way, go extra mile to help my client. It's not my responsibility to look for a lender for them, but I make sure that they get a good lender, they get a good deal for them, because I have done a lot of business wherein a lot of the lenders that I deal with, my clients are the recipients of my goodwill, wherein most of the time the buyers will not be charged loan fees by the lender because of the volume of business I give to them. So I tell my lenders, take care of my client, I will give you more business. That's how I do my business.
So what services do you offer? Aside from selling property, you also manage properties?
Yeah, I'm also a financial consultant. So I'm always here. As busy as I am, you can always leave me a message or email me. I will promise you that I will respond to your message or your email.
And you service the entire of California?
That's correct, entire California. I have clients up to San Francisco, Palm Springs, up to San Diego, from north to east, south to west. Yeah.
Please give your contact information.
My contact information is Rosemary T. Mejia. I'm from Keller Williams, Beverly Hills. My phone number is 323-997-3838. Again, 323-997-3838. I have 2 email addresses. One is Rosemary, Rosemary, Mejia, M as in Mary, EJIA @kw.com, or Rosemary, again my full name, Rosemary, T as in Tom, and then Mejia @gmail.com.
Thanks so much for joining us. The best realtor in town, Rose Mejia.
Thank you so much.
Keller Williams.
My pleasure.
Thank you.